Squishy post from Temu. That's right, curiosity got the better of me and I decided to order some wool from Temu. Let's go and unbox it together and let's see what it's like. Okay, so I thought I would buy some bits and we could work each of them up into like little swatches and we can see whether they are worth the money. If anyone doesn't know, Temu, which I'm not sponsored by the way, but I do have like a special code which will get me a couple of extra pounds. So if you want to buy anything from Temu, please use the link below and I will get an extra couple of pounds which I can spend on Starbucks. Thank you so much. The Temu brand, I don't know where it has come from. I think it's like Wish, but reimagined, and they are just massive and they come from, all the stuff comes from China, and I mean, you're going to assume that it's not great quality, aren't you? You know, if it's not from reputable brands or if it's not from, you know, sheep that you can see roaming around, then the chances are that it's not going to be great quality. However, there are times when people are strapped for cash, you know, and you need to get your craft fixed however you can. So I thought I would do a couple of Temu hauls. Am I even pronouncing it right? Temu? These people. I thought I would do a couple of hauls. We're going to start with wool and then we're going to do like some fabric and some embroidery bits and stuff like that in a few weeks' time. Shall we open it together? How do you get into this thing? I'm trying to save the bag so that when I post stuff for Vinted, I won't have to pay for packaging. In. Oh, hang on. That looks like the world's smallest ball. 1, 2, 3. These balls are much smaller than I imagined. 4, 5. The size of that. Okay. 6, 7. Oh! I also bought a little bonus thing. I'll tell you about that in a minute. First impressions. These balls are a lot smaller than I was expecting. Add your innuendo here. I prefer bigger balls. I like my balls to fit snugly in my hand. Make up whatever you fancy. These guys, I was not expecting. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pop the description down here and then I'm going to open them as we go. They are all in crinkly bags, which is really annoying, but so far underwhelmed. So first up is the t-shirt yarn. I'll take it out of the bag. Now, t-shirt yarn is about, it feels horrible. T-shirt yarn is about, what would you say, between £5 and £10 for a 500 to 700 gram ball. So this at 100 grams, which by the way, questionable, 100% what? So this for 100 grams is not cost effective at all. It's £2.69 for 100 grams. It probably is 100 grams, but it doesn't. And not only that, the t-shirt has, it's white on the inside and then printed colour on the outside. It feels really nasty. It feels like really chemically, and but it is quite soft in the way that it's going to make up. So it comes in 20 different colours, and God, you'd have to buy a lot. Oh, someone has even on here, someone has measured it on the description and said that their balls have only come to 75 grams, not 100. 100 grams of t-shirt yarn, thick knit yarn, blah, blah, blah. It does not look like the picture, I don't think. Although you can, in the picture, you can just a tiny bit see the white. So maybe I should have paid more attention. Well, we'll see how it works up. T-shirt yarn, number 1. Now the next one, I'll admit, I maybe didn't read the things properly. I knew they were going to be small balls, but I didn't realise they were going to be 25 gram balls. But, I mean, they're cute. This is, so on these websites, you always see milk yarn. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know whether it was a special sort of, it's not, it's just DK, basically. But this is in green, and it's supposed to be polyester 4-strand milk cotton. Comes in 10 different colours. It looks and feels like, you know, the freebie stuff you get out of a magazine. It looks like that. What does it say on the packet? I wish I could read Chinese. That would be great. Something is 30%, something else is 20%, and something after that is 50%. Now, you know, feel informed. I wonder if it will tell me on here. Oh, but on the description, it says 100% acrylic. Interesting, very interesting. I think actually this one will work up quite nicely. I don't think it'll be too bad, but it's only 88p for a ball, but that's a lot of balls in order to make anything. I suppose if you were doing some amigurumi, it might be quite nice. Maybe I'll make up an amigurumi sample with it, do like a little frog or something. That'd be quite cute, wouldn't it? 88p. Number 2. Number 3 argues that it's cotton sock yarn. I would argue none of the sort. I mean, fair play, £2.28 for 50 grams. Oh, I dropped something. You get 2 needles in with it as well, which is quite handy because we're always losing. Oh no, I took the label. We're always losing darning needles, but manky old plastic ones, not my jam. Oh, there we go. I reclothed him. So cotton sock yarn, there's no cotton in this at all, I can tell you that for now. You can see there's no cotton in that. Sock yarn as well. I would say it's not a dissimilar width to DK. It's definitely not sock, like, lightweight. But it's quite cute. It's 50 grams. I'd say it's a little bit more than 50 grams. And how much did I say? It was £2.28 for a ball. Comes in 40 different colours. 40! So that's pretty good. What does that make it? £4.60? £4.56 for 100 grams. That's expensive, isn't it? And that's the problem with these things. You think it's an absolute bargain, but really, when it all adds up, you're like, not as cheap as I thought. So this even says on the product description, it says it's 80% acrylic, 20% cotton. I mean, unless the 20% cotton is hidden in the wrapper, you know when you can feel like it just doesn't feel right. It just feels like acrylic completely. I'm trying to see if it's got any. No. Note to self, learn Mandarin this year. Number 3. Number 4, I would argue that this is not good value for what I bought. This is, oh no, keep trying to lose their little bands. Come on. So this is, oh, this is a funny texture. Also another needle. I'm up to 3 now. That's a winner, isn't it? I love it. Like, they want me to buy it because I get a free gift with it. If that's your gift, please keep it. I appreciate it, but thank you, but no thank you. So this is camel hand knitting, variegated. It does actually feel like it's come off a camel. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but can you see how hairy it is? And how it's got lots of extra fluff on it. I think it'll work up nice. It's actually quite a nice wintry looking wool. I think the aim with these is to make them look like the Karen rolls, but not quite working because you're a bit lackluster, my friend. Does that look a bit phallic to you? I can't. I absolutely can't. But for 100 grams, which questionable, £3.98. That's a lot, isn't it? £3.98. We'll see how it works up. Number 4. Okay, number 5 is a chenille wrap. It hasn't even got a band on it, so don't need to worry about that. Oh, it's ever so squidgy and it's ever so fluffy. Oh, I like this one. It's quite thick though, so I don't know how many rolls you'd need, or balls. It's not a ball, is it? What would you call it? I wouldn't call it a skein, but yeah, they're all quite floppy compared to the Karen ones. I haven't got any in the cupboard, otherwise I could compare, but they are, what are they, 150 grams? And they are really sturdy. They're A, bigger than this, and B, packed tightly. So I think it feels like a bit of a swizz that that they're quite floppy and light. They've definitely wrapped them lightly. But this chenille one comes in 20 different colours. It's £2.78 for one of these. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's really popular, this sort of wool at the moment, isn't it? So we'll see how it works up. I don't know, it's got like no give in it at all. So that'll be interesting to work with. Number 6, again, I didn't read the instruction in the description, but the problem is, in my defence, oh no, I've got fluff on my nail. In my defence, there are a lot of numbers in this description. Follow along with me. One piece, 40% imitation wool, 60% acrylic yarn for knitting, ability crochet, mohair, yarn to hand, knit, crocheted, line threads to knitted, 166 meters, 25 gram roll. That's a lot of numbers and a lot of words, isn't it? There's no wonder that I nodded off halfway through and was just like, fake mohair, yeah, we'll go for that. This is small. This is dinky, isn't it? For scale, coffee cup. Oh. He's tiny, but he has got the little unicorn on him. So already I'm more excited. 25 grams, £1.98. So that's £8 nearly a ball for 100 grams of fake mohair. Does it even say real on here? 40% acrylic. No, hang on. 40% acrylic and 40% imitation wool pure acrylic fibre. Well, that's 100% acrylic, isn't it? Interesting. So it's very thin, but the hair's like, it's not too bad. It'll be really interesting to see what it works up as, actually. I don't think, if I was doing like a mohair jumper, I'd need like 20 balls. That's a lot of money. Maybe more. No, hang on. That's a lot. 25 grams, £1.98. And my final one, again, I'm going to say I did read the description for this one because the title of it is 2mm polyester chunky yarn, glow in the dark, soft and perfect for DIY knitting and crocheting. It doesn't say how big the balls are, but he is very little. Should I do cup for scale again? Oh no, my mug handle's broken. Let's see if we can survive through the video with You're so tiny. I wonder if it does actually glow in the dark. I'm going to leave it in the sun just for a minute, just while I talk to you. It does come in other colours that also glow in the dark. So, oh, let me see if I can find out what size it's supposed to be. It actually doesn't say. Am I going mad? It actually doesn't say. It just says description white, of which it is not. So what other colours have they got? They've got medium green, pink. How does the pink glow in the dark, I wonder? Maybe I'll buy that one next time. Optical green, purple, peach, blue, yellow, mint, white and optical yellow. This is the optical yellow. I wonder if... Oh, I would argue that doesn't glow in the dark. I will make this up. How much was it? £2.38 for this little thing. I will make it up and then I will give it to one of the children to wear, and we'll wear it outside somewhere and we'll see if it actually glows in the dark. Well, I'm looking forward to making them all up into swatches. Maybe I'll just do squares. I'll just do squares and then we can compare each of them sort of like for the flexibility and stuff like that and for how they work out. I really hate squeaky yarn when I'm crocheting, so hopefully I won't have any of that. Yeah, I am surprised by the size of the balls, but at the same time, should I be surprised? I think probably, looking at the size of the balls now that I have paid the money, I'm thinking, oh, I was expecting a bit more. Maybe once I've done the swatches, what I might do is do a comparison for price-wise to see whether they're actually any good, or whether they're good value or not. I will really quickly open these with you as well. This is for a project for next week or for the week after. In a few videos ago, I talked about Christmas sewing and what I was going to do for Christmas gifts. I said about napkins and how I wanted to do some embroidery on some napkins. And I saw these on Temu and I thought, do you know what? Let's go for it. Let's give it a try. This is going to be the green for my Christmas this year. Ugh, they already feel weird. They are 6 linen look napkins. The green doesn't really do it justice in the light. Oh wait, hang on, the camera doesn't do the green justice in the light. They're 100% polyester, but actually they feel quite nice and they look quite nice as well. Can you see? It does have like a linen effect on it, doesn't it? So what I might do is on one corner do like some berries and some holly and stuff, and then on the other corner do our initials, and then, oh no, wait, but what if I do initials and then we have people over to stay and we have people for Christmas one year? I'll never invite anyone for Christmas. So I'm going to put our initials on that corner and berries on that corner, and then I've just got to do that times 6. But this will be for another video that's coming up. For 6 of these it was £6.69. Something's just caught my eye. Okay, have a look at this. This wool, hang on, this wool, right, was £2.38 for this piddly little ball. The RRP on this piddly little ball is £8.49. Lies. Absolute lies. What do the other ones say? £3.29 for a 25-gram ball of 100% acrylic wool? No. I dread to think what the t-shirt yarn one is. What does that say? Oh, it's only £4.49 RRP. I mean, who do they think they're kidding? I smell bollocks if ever there was some there. Oh, we're back to balls again, aren't we? Move on, move on. I'm going to get all these swatched up over the week, and I will be back and we can work through them then. By the way, complete side note, on the school run today, one of the dads said to me, "Oh, Philly, fierce? I wouldn't put you as fierce," referring to my top. And I went, "Oh, thanks, that's kind of you." And he went, "Wow, I mean, I wouldn't mess with you. So I suppose, yeah, it probably is fierce. Never mind." Hobby's found a trick on how to work out whether it's glow-in-the-dark wool. Hang on. I mean, yes, we're in the downstairs toilet, but explain what you're doing.
Lighting it up and...
It actually glows in the dark! Oh, wow. That was £2.99 well spent then. That's so impressive. I'm so easily pleased. No emoji. What a week. Look at all of this. These are all of the samples that I have made. We're going to go through them one at a time. A couple of these really surprised me and a couple of these really disappointed me. So the t-shirt yarn I was really apprehensive about because, oh, let me show you on this end, because it's white on one side, but it's coloured on the other. So I worked it up, and yeah, there are areas where you can see where the white is sticking out. But I tell you what, oh, look, there's quite a few on this side. Can you see where the white is sticking out? I tell you what, I got to the end of it, I fastened it off, and then I was just mucking about with it, just sort of like pulling it a bit. And all of a sudden it curled round on itself. And I thought, do you know what? If I'd have just done that all the way through, it would have been a very different yarn to work with. I'm not convinced whether it still would have stopped the white bits from sticking out. But other than that, I really, really like the colours, and I really, really like the way it worked up. Like I said, it was just the fact that the white bits stick out. So, not for me. I should point out as well that all of my samples have been done, nearly all of my samples have been done in a double knit, just so that you can see the difference, or see the similarities rather. So this one is the green, what did they call it? The milk yarn that I was really interested in. It feels really nice. It's got a nice quality to it. It's not squeaky at all. The only problem is, can you see where it's pilling, or like pulling rather? And like, it's so frustrating. That happened on almost every row. I don't know if it was, no, I don't think it was to do with my crochet hook, because my crochet hook isn't particularly, look, can you see? I don't know if that's holding up. Let me put it onto the white. Despite the fact that it is soft and despite the fact that it feels quite nice, that would really irritate me, and that is a real shame. Like, if you're making something for somebody, or you know, you want to do a nice project, it's not great. One to miss. This one, however, this is the sock yarn. Oh, I am living for it. It's so gorgeous in the colours. It is, oh, this is going to be a mitten, by the way. I'm just going to fold it in half and go up the end and then squidge the top in. Mitten. It is the most gorgeous, most loveliest. I am buying more. It's so soft, it's so easy to use, and it's just an absolute dream. The softness of it is just like, it feels really high quality, and I was really surprised as well, because the other stuff that I'd made up so far, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be great, but and it's so squishy. Oh, it's really, really lovely. Really, really lovely. This one, definite winner. I'm going to go buy some more. This was the one that looked like a Karen ball. It's rough, it's tough, it's not my friend. It's it just feels, maybe if I washed it, it would come up a bit softer, but it's just a bit, not squeaky, but stiff, if that makes sense. There was no pulling like there was on the green one, which is a good thing. And it's a bit thicker than usual, so I still used double crochet, but I had to size up on the hook, and it was a bit tricky to manage because I couldn't find the inside of the ball, so I had to go round the outside, so that was a bit tricky as well. But overall, worth the money? No. The chenille. Oh my word. Love, 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 love. It is just so soft, and it is so lovely, and it was brilliant to work with. Absolutely glided off the hook. It was just so nice. I've made it into a little cowl for one of the kids. I haven't sewn the ends in yet. Standard. It's just really soft and really lovely. I don't know how it would feel after it had been washed, but I've got no intention of washing it. The rain can do that if she's wearing it out as a cowl. But honestly, it's just really soft and really lovely. It feels just like the sort of thing that you would find in Hobbycraft, or you would find in some of the higher end brands. Brilliant dupe. Possibly my least favourite of all of the things, no, definitely my least favourite of all the things I bought, the faux mohair. I just couldn't even. Crocheting it was a pain in the arse. So then I tried to knit it. That was a pain in the arse. And it was just, it was pulling, it was getting stuck. Anytime I tried to frog it, it had already like meshed itself together. Now, I've not used mohair or faux mohair before. I can't imagine it's that much hard work. I've seen people with entire jumpers out of it. People wouldn't persevere with an entire jumper if it was this much hard work. And for the fact that this was really expensive as well, for what it was, absolutely not. This, to put in perspective to how thin it is, this was double knitted, double crocheted. Why do I keep saying that? Double crocheted with a 3.5mm needle, and it's still really big. I'm pretty sure I've got holes in it. Look! The problem was when you were going through, you couldn't see where the chains were, so it meant that you were just like fudging it, whatever. And it was the same when I was trying to knit it. I was going through the loop, but then realising once I'd got round and went to pull it off, realising that I hadn't actually gone through the loop at all. I'd just gone through a hairy bit. One to miss. And finally, I popped the video up of it being glow in the dark, but it definitely actually glows in the dark. This, because it was a cotton, I was like, I wonder how I'm going to work it. Obviously, I've just done it into a square. I do think if you're going to have glow-in-the-dark stuff, it would be like a hat or it would be a scarf or something, wouldn't it? And I wouldn't use 100% cotton for a hat or a scarf. I don't sort of see that as particularly warm, you know? So I love the fact that it glows in the dark. I love the idea of it. Worked up really nicely, worked up just as any old cotton would. I think I used a 5mm needle for this, maybe a 6. But I don't think I would buy glow-in-the-dark yarn that was cotton. So of the 7 that I bought, the 2 that I am actually going to go back and buy again are the sock wool, oh, love it, and the chenille. It is just, they're brilliant. They are good quality, they do exactly what they say on the tin, and I really, really love the colours. If you would like to buy anything from Temu or Temu, depending on how you pronounce it, you can use a link down below, and then I can get a couple of pennies off as well, and then that means that I can buy even more wool. I would really, really appreciate it. But by all means, go over, have a look, have a think about everything that I've shown you, and then go and investigate for yourself and see what you fancy. Thanks so much, everybody. See you soon. Bye.